Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today for a new pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to the channel, hello and welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's video is going to be answering the question, what is the next breakthrough in your career? So what I'm going to be looking at today is kind of the next change in your career or the next kind of breakthrough or event that's coming in that's going to help you to achieve sort of a heightened sense of awareness or clarity around where you need to be going. So this will be a great kind of career energy check-in for really anyone out there who's curious to know kind of where their career is heading. Maybe you've already been kind of manifesting in or looking for some sort of a change, or maybe you're just kind of curious to see what's coming up for you. Really, any of those things can really be answered within today's video. So I hope you guys will enjoy. Let's get into our disclaimers. So first and foremost, this is a general reading, so please make sure you remember that some messages will resonate, some will not. If it feels confusing or just kind of feels like it's not really adding up with your situation, it's probably not your message, so just let it go. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Please don't let it allow it to get you upset if something in a general YouTube video isn't really super specific to your situation. If you guys did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do so will be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are always a much better way to get a more accurate read on your own situation. In today's video, you guys, I'm also going to be channeling time frames. So we'll be able to kind of look to see when the breakthrough is potentially coming in for you. Just keep in mind with the time frames that energy is always shifting and changing. The future is not set in stone. So any time frame that I'm channeling for you today in the reading is subject to change based off of the free will choices and decisions that you and other people involved choose to make. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our pile selection. We're working with 3 groups today. Starting on the left with group number 1, we're working here with some beautiful pyrite. For group number 2, we are working with some selenite. And for group number 3, we are working with some citrine. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your career and the next big breakthrough coming up for you. Go ahead and select the pile or crystal you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box where you'll locate the timestamp that will take you to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey there, pile number 1. If you guys picked out this beautiful pyrite, this will be your career reading. So we're looking at the next big breakthrough coming up for you in career. So what we're going to start off with is looking at kind of the overall energy of what's coming through for you. We are going to be working with some tarot cards and some additional oracle cards. And please stay till the end because we will be channeling some time frames to see kind of when this may be coming in. So starting off, we have the energy of the full moon in Capricorn. We have the Magician in the mirror. And we have the World. Ooh, wow. Okay. So I feel like the next breakthrough coming up for you, pile 1, is having to do with something that you're manifesting in. Or it could even have to do with, for some of you, kind of like the energy of reversed manifestation. Because the Magician in the Mirror card is very much about it is about manifestation, and it's very much about your outer world and the circumstances and conditions that are around you are a mirror for what is within, right? So if you're in a situation in your career coming into this video that you're not really happy with, this is kind of about learning that you are the only one that has the power to really change that. Right? So kind of the breakthrough is sort of you guys coming into a higher level of self-awareness and coming into a realization of the extreme amount of power that you hold to manipulate your circumstances in a positive way, in a way that's going to benefit you. You guys are coming to this realization that there's a whole world out there for you. You guys have a lot of options. There are many things that you can be exploring when it comes to career. And wherever you're at right now doesn't have to be the end-all be-all, especially if you're not happy or if you're feeling like it's been kind of a rocky road leading up to this point or something feels out of alignment for you. I think the next breakthrough is realizing that you don't have to feel that way. There's a whole world of abundant opportunities that you can explore that can potentially reflect back to you the things that you need from your career. With the full moon in Capricorn, I think that as you guys are coming into this reading, you're closing out a cycle of really hard work. The full moon in Capricorn is all about like our work ethic. It's about being really ambitious. This is specifically highlighting the end of a tough cycle. So for some of you guys, the message is twofold. I think for some of you, you're realizing that in order to get what you want, you've got to work hard, right? So for some of you out there, it may be this realization that like, okay, I'm not totally happy with my circumstances. I want to make a change. Now let me figure out what my plan is so that I can get to where I want to be, right? Putting in the work to achieve your goals and manifestations. For the rest of you though, for some of you guys, and maybe this is for all, but you guys may be coming into this reading like having coming out of a tough period where you feel like you've been overworked, or you've been working too hard, or things have felt really serious, or things have felt kind of rocky. You know what I mean? The good news though about the full moon is that this is the ending of a cycle, right? So sometimes I think like with full moons, there can be a lot of emotion around things. Like things can feel really heightened, but it seems like once you guys are kind of done with whatever this is, whether it's like a project or, it's like you're coming out of a time of working really, really hard on something, and maybe it hasn't felt the easiest, right? So once you're kind of coming out to the end of this, I feel this is sort of like you reflecting back and looking at these things that you've realized. Let's look at the tarot. So you guys have the Four of Wands. You have the Four of Cups. And the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like whatever you guys might be doing isn't really satisfying you. Like I'm getting that whatever you guys are doing maybe lacks in creativity, especially with this highlighting a monotonous or boring routine, feeling dissatisfied. And again, this is all coming back to you, right? Like whatever's going on with your career, though it might be a good opportunity, there's an energy of feeling like lack here. Like there's an energy of like this maybe not feeling as exciting as you wanted it to, or maybe feeling like you're missing out on other things that could be better for you. Four of Cups is definitely sort of like FOMO, fear of missing out, missed opportunities. And so I think that this lack of excitement and passion around your career is driving you to explore greener pastures potentially. I think though, like whatever you guys are doing, it is secure, like there is an energy of like a foundation that's being built here. Maybe this is about a business partnership for some of you. I also think too with the full moon in Capricorn, if you guys have already kind of started something, I do see that there's an energy of wanting to finish it, being committed to finishing it through, even if it isn't totally satisfactory for you on an emotional level. But there, again, with the Ace of Pentacles, you guys are realizing that there are opportunities out there for you, right? And the one thing that you may want to be aware of with the Four of Cups, and kind of going back to this Magician in the Mirror energy of like, how you feel internally is what's reflected back to you, right? So the thing to be mindful of with the Four of Cups is that sometimes we miss the opportunity because we're not able to see it. We're not recognizing it for what it is. We're so fixated on what it's not that we can't always focus on what it is and the benefits that it can bring into our lives. So I definitely feel there's a lot of mixed messages coming up for this scenario. So some may apply differently to some people, but there is an energy of a golden opportunity being here for you. So whether it's you staying where you're at and continuing to build and maybe shifting your mindset around things a little bit, or continuing to explore and keep your options open, just know that there are opportunities available for you. I think you guys, with these number 4s coming up here, it feels like you guys are sort of starting to build a foundation for something in your career. So maybe you've been kind of like building something new or searching for what that thing would be to help bring in that stability into your life. And maybe what you guys are currently in is something that gives you sort of like the financial stability, or it gives you sort of like comfort or structure to your life that you like, but there's definitely a lack of emotional fulfillment that I'm seeing with this Four of Cups. So I think that's what's kind of driving you guys to start exploring other options here. So we have entrepreneurship. Some of you guys may be entrepreneurs, and maybe that's where this is coming from. Maybe you guys are just going through a period of time where you're just like creatively tapped out or just feeling blah about the work that you're doing. We have client focus, and we have drive results. I think that you guys, this breakthrough is bringing in a time of realization. Maybe some of you guys are doing work that involves dealing with clients. And so like when you're dealing with clients, you kind of have to tailor work to the client. You know what I mean? Whether you're in corporate or whether you're doing creative projects where you take clients, like you've got to sort of, you have to cater the product or whatever it is that you're doing to the client, because the client is what's keeping you in business. And so I'm just kind of wondering for some of you guys if this is what's causing you to feel creatively tapped out, because maybe whatever your clients need from you isn't what you're really passionate about. Maybe you're working in a customer service role and you're not that passionate about the field or industry you're in. Or maybe you're a content creator and the type of content that drives results for you, for clients, that clients like, isn't the work that you like, But again, going back to the full moon in Capricorn, this is about your work ethic, right? With the Ace of Pentacles being here, you guys have a lot of opportunities for abundance. You have a lot of opportunity to drive great results for yourself. So I think it may just be about shifting the mindset again, because you're creating this energy with the Magician in the mirror. So it may just be about shifting your mindset a little bit and saying, okay, how can I put my own creative spin on what my clients like? How can I bring more creativity into my life so that I can drive the types of results that I want to drive? You guys also have outdoors. This says, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. Yes. So being outside is going to help you guys to ground yourselves a little bit, relax a little bit. And especially if you've been feeling really creatively uninspired, I think that, you don't want to force yourself to keep pumping out content if that's what you do, or forcing yourself to keep trying to like pull creative ideas out of thin air that just aren't there. This might be a really smart practice to incorporate into your evenings when you get off work or in the morning, just to help you decompress a little bit. So let's go ahead and see, pile one. I want to see when these breakthroughs are potentially kind of hitting you, and keeping in mind that time frames are general readings. So let's just kind of see when this realization, this breakthrough is happening for you. So we have Leo season. Maybe that's when it started for some of you guys, or maybe this is the next Leo season. And we also have a few weeks from now. So pretty soon it seems like this is hitting you guys. We also have your birthday season at the bottom of the deck, so that's going to be different for everyone out there. But pile one, we're going to go ahead and close out the reading here. I would love to hear from you what's kind of been going on in your career lately and what you've been dealing with, and just let me know how the reading fits with your situation. If you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell so you are informed when I upload new videos. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in a new reading really soon. Bye. Hey there, pile two. If you guys picked out this beautiful selenite palm stone, this will be your career reading. So we're looking at the next big breakthrough coming through for your career. And we're going to start with the overall energy, get into some tarot and oracle, and then I'm going to close it out by looking at the time frames for you guys of when this may be coming in. Ooh, okay, so you guys start off the reading here with the blue moon, believe in the impossible. We have happy family, love this. And we have Healer of the Ages. Ooh, okay, pile 2. So I love that you guys picked the Selenite palm stone because I was really drawn to this crystal for this reading, and I haven't used it in my pick a cards in a while, I feel like. But selenite is a beautiful crystal that helps to just cleanse and purify. And it's so good at that it actually is a crystal you can use to like cleanse and purify other crystals, right? And it makes a lot of sense with what I'm seeing here with the energies in your career. So with the blue moon, this is very much about like you guys are having an opportunity come through for you that's literally once in a blue moon. Like it's the type of opportunity that's rare. And I think that it's going to be really important that you guys recognize when this opportunity comes through so that you're able to fully take advantage of it. What I feel this is about, though, is not really your career, to be honest, but it's probably related to it or it wouldn't be coming up. I feel like you guys are being gifted an opportunity here to heal and focus on yourself and maybe spend more time with family. I feel like this breakthrough is about the realization that like personal time is not to be taken for granted. You know what I mean? Not that you guys are taking it for granted, but I know that in our, capitalist society that we belong to, sort of the values that are espoused are all about like work, 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 work. And I know that we're starting to see a little bit of a trend toward promoting better work-life balance. A lot of corporations are, espousing these views. Some of them, not all. But ultimately, at the end of the day, like society is structured in a way that like most of our lives are dedicated to doing work, right? And so those moments in time where you get to just like heal and focus on yourself and just be able to spend time with your family, your friends, your community, ultimately it ends up being less of your time spent doing those things if you are someone that's working like a regular full-time job, 40 hours a week or more, right? So anyway, I say all this to say that I think the breakthrough that's coming through for you is a time of being able to focus on your personal life a little bit more. And maybe it's a rare opportunity that you guys don't typically get with the type of work that you're doing. But I see you guys focusing on your family, focusing on maybe you guys are going on a vacation or something like that. Or maybe this realization is coming to you. This breakthrough is coming to you through a vacation. Healer of the Ages, I love seeing for you too, because this is all about taking the time to focus on yourself, taking the time to focus on your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual well-being, your wellness, things like that. So overwhelmingly, overall energy is talking about kind of a rare opportunity to purify your energy and connect with those that are important to you. Yes, you guys have a realization coming through with this Ace of Swords. We also have the Eight of Pentacles and the Lover's card. Some of you guys may actually be doing work with family for some. Like there could be this energy of working with your family or working with a romantic partner. If that doesn't resonate, this could also be just talking about doing work that you enjoy with another person or partner or people that feel like family. So this could also be talking about kind of like this realization with the Ace of Swords that whatever your work environment is very rare. Because I'm feeling a lot of gratitude here. So it's like your situation may be rare, that you're able to do work that you love with people that you love and have this beautiful balance in your life at the same time. But yeah, Ace of Swords, it's all about kind of this breakthrough, right? It's all about having a realization, thinking about something from a different perspective than you've thought about it before. Some of you guys may be doing some brainstorming with some people that you work with. And there is still work here. This isn't necessarily about you guys just like, hanging out, doing nothing all day. This is about really fine-tuning your craft. This card talks about learning. It talks about classes and workshops. And it's very artistic. If we take a look, I'll show you guys. That doesn't mean you guys are doing art for work, but some of you guys might be. I also think this Eight of Pentacles is symbolic of you creating the type of work-life balance that you're searching for, right? And maybe it's something that's rare that you want. Maybe it's something that's a little bit outside of the status quo. It may require you to make a decision to leave something behind in order to go for this. But I also think that for most of you, this is talking about some sort of a beneficial partnership tied in to your work. So this is interesting. Let's pull a few more cards. So we have growth mindset coming up. We have organizational savvy, which I'll explain in a minute. And we have toxic workplace. Yes. You guys, I think, are trying to get out of, for some of you guys with toxic workplace coming up. So what I'll say about toxic workplace is it doesn't always mean that like the people you work with are toxic. Sometimes what toxic workplace talks about is a workplace that just is not in alignment with you and your values, right? So if you're the type of person that's looking for more time with your family, or you're looking for a little bit better work-life balance, or you need the time to be able to heal and relax a little bit for your own health, and your workplace is not the type of workplace that's just readily giving that to you, it doesn't allow you that space, that's an example of a toxic workplace where your needs are not being met and you're stuck doing something that you don't really want to do or that isn't in alignment with you. And the Lover's card is about alignment, right? It's about is the partnerships that I'm in, or in this case is the workplace I'm a part of, really mirroring back to me what I need from it. Like, is this a reciprocal relationship right now? Or is it not? Is one person taking too much? Or is the workplace taking too much? So I definitely think for you guys, this breakthrough is going to maybe require you to, with Org Savvy coming up, this is kind of all about making connections and understanding kind of like who you need to connect with to get certain things done. If this is about work-life balance and you guys are sort of this energy of Eight of Pentacles all the time, where you're the one that's very hands-on, always doing all of the work, this Org Savvy card can be very helpful when it comes to delegation, right? Same with the Lovers, like knowing who you can connect with to delegate responsibilities to so that it's not all falling on your shoulders and you're able to take some time out for yourself to heal, right? So building connections is going to be really important. Understanding whatever organization that you're a part of and who you need to go to for what is going to be very important to this time coming up for you. And with growth mindset, I think, again, with the Ace of Swords coming up, this is telling me that there's a shift in the way that you're looking at things. A growth mindset is when we no longer have sort of these obstacles, these mental blockages preventing us from growth or forward movement or achieving our goals, versus a fixed mindset is when we think like, well, nothing's going to be able to change, or it just has to be this way, or whatever it is. Like, you all are looking at your work situation from a much different perspective, and it's allowing you to grow and flex maybe different muscles than you've done in the past. And it's also allowing you to shift into a more positive mind frame as well. We also have angel therapy. It says, give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. This is beautiful. So it's kind of just like, it's like a huge release of burdens off of your shoulders, pile number 2. And that kind of makes sense with what I was talking about with Org Savvy and maybe the need to delegate responsibilities. This can also be more spiritual in nature, you know, delegating your worries to spirit and releasing it, not feeling the need to take everything on your shoulders. Excuse me. Okay, so let's channel some time frames for you, pile 2, and just kind of see like when this energy is presenting to you as the energy stands today. Keeping in mind, guys, the time frames are general and they can change based off of your own free will choices and decisions. So you have 1 year from now. So maybe this is something in the works for you now, and 1 year from now, this is going to be your reality. You also have February. So as I'm uploading this video, it's going to be the month of October, I think. So, you know, October, maybe 4 months from now for some of you. We also have spring at the bottom of the deck. So kind of February, March, April time frame. So pile 2, this is a really interesting read. I would love to hear from you down below in the comments sort of what you feel this is referring to with regard to your career, how it's resonating with your personal situation. And if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you are notified when I'm uploading new videos. And I do look forward to seeing you in a new reading really soon. Bye. Hey, pile 3, if you guys picked out the Citrine crystal, this is going to be your career reading. We're looking at the next breakthrough for your career. I'm going to kick things off with the overall energy here. Then we're going to go into some tarot and oracle cards, closing out your reading with some time frames of when you can expect to encounter this energy. So let's go ahead and get into your overall. So you guys have the South Node coming up. You have the woman holding a coin. Ooh, and you have the 3rd chakra, Archangel Shamuel, so solar plexus. Okay. So I definitely feel for you guys, there's some sort of lesson coming up for you, potentially. And with the South Node, I wonder if this is sort of a familiar energy or familiar lesson that maybe you've already kind of learned previously to this. So it may not necessarily be a negative thing if you've already learned the lesson. You know what I mean? Because when these familiar energies present themselves to us again, if we've learned the lesson, then we don't engage in whatever the situation is anymore. We handle it differently than we did before. So that could be what this is talking about. And I actually kind of feel like it is. Now that I'm kind of tapping closer into the energy, like some sort of familiar situation coming up that may trigger you in some way, but you've learned the lesson and you know how you're going to handle it differently going forward. Now, for others of you with the South Node, I feel like this is also talking about loose ends that are needing to be tied up, because I'm getting with this woman holding a coin that there's something around responsibilities coming up, like taking care of your responsibilities, tying up loose ends, making sure that you've dotted all your I's and crossed your T's before you're able to move on to something else. Some of you guys may actually be ending something in your career with the South Node and looking to move on to something else. But before you're able to do that, you've got to be able to responsibly exit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that whatever it is, there is an energy here of you guys, again, taking that responsibility. I'm also being drawn to the cat here. So there's an energy here of learning to be or going about this from a very like independent headspace. And with the solar plexus chakra being highlighted here, being able to manage the situation with confidence, right? Mustering up the willpower to manage the situation with confidence and show up really as your authentic self. That could be something else that's coming up for some of you guys, is the breakthrough being like not being afraid to show up as who you truly are in all of your glory. So not shrinking into your shell or like receding back. Because I feel like you guys are highly regarded here with this woman holding a coin. There's an energy here of you being someone who is looked on as a leader, looked on as someone who's responsible, looked on as somebody who understands what needs to be done and takes care of it. So there's also something here for some of you guys about confidence and needing to really step into your power here. Let's continue. This is interesting. I'm getting a lot of different messages for pile 3. So you have the Page of Wands. Okay. We have the Star. And we have the King of Wands. What? Okay. So yeah, I wonder if you guys might be getting ready to step into something new, because the Page of Wands here is indicating a new position or creative project. And so that would make a lot of sense that like there's loose ends that need to be tied up before you can move forward into the new position. For others of you, if this isn't like talking about a promotion or something like that, it could just be that you're starting off on a new path, right? A new type of, role that you're not comfortable in just yet. You're very green with the Page of Wands, right? This is kind of a more youthful beginning energy. And so that would really make a lot of sense with that solar plexus being highlighted. It's going to be really important that you guys remember that you were like hired for this role for a reason, or you're in this position for a reason. There should be a lot of excitement around it, and show up in this confident energy because you're here, right? You were selected for this reason to do this job. So you're meant to be here. But it feels like the breakthrough that's coming through, or the change that's happening, is keeping you guys on the right track. This is talking about things turning out for the better, being on the right track, striving for the best possible outcome. So there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of inspiration here. Some of you guys, I'm getting, might be kind of in the spotlight, which makes sense with King of Wands here too. So you may have a lot of eyes on you. People may look at you as someone who's very inspiring. So even if you guys don't necessarily see that in yourselves, just know that other people see that. It could be the way that you communicate as well as inspiring people. But this is beautiful energy with the star. You guys may also be reaching or achieving more financial abundance with the star, because I'm really being drawn to how she's like reaching for that giant coin. You guys may be stepping into a leadership role, like more officially with the King of Wands. You guys may be stepping into the role of a motivator or mentor. But for some of you guys, I almost feel like this is a person that's coming up for you as a mentor. Like maybe there's somebody here that's supporting you as you transition, who's here to help motivate and guide you and really like light a fire under you with that King of Wands with that megaphone, right? He's like, you can do this. The King of Wands is also about confidence too, you guys. You know, King of Wands is going to be very strong in that solar plexus, someone who knows who they are and someone who knows they deserve to be there. So let's continue. I'm going to pull some career cards here from my own little deck. So we have organization and planning. We have artistic abilities. Okay. And we have intuitive and psychic. Ooh. So for some of you guys, this organization and planning kind of ties in with what I was talking about with tying up loose ends. I think to be successful in whatever it is you're doing and wherever you're going, this is going to require you to stay organized, to have a plan, tie up the loose ends before you move forward, right? You guys also have a lot of Wands energy here, which can sometimes be a little impulsive. So there may be an energy of needing to make sure that you're being more thoughtful and grounded with your approach at times. But I love that you guys have artistic abilities, because Wands are very creative energies as well, and the star is a very inspirational energy. So there's something that you guys are moving into that is allowing you to be a lot more creative. Maybe you're starting a creative project at your work, in addition to your other responsibilities, or you're getting to put your own sort of unique spin on the type of work that you're doing that's going to be highly visible to others, that people are going to be really inspired by. This could have to do for some of you guys, if you're psychic or intuitive, and maybe that's the type of work you're doing, maybe you're able to infuse more of that artistic ability, but also balancing out with your more practical side. But this is also just talking about aligning and following in with your intuition, right? Like you guys intuitively know what's right for you. So really learning to tap into that and go in the direction you're guided with confidence. You have teaching and learning. This says keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. This is beautiful. So maybe some of you guys are moving into a role where you're going to be like training other people or teaching other people, but you have to learn things as well so that you can then be able to teach them to others, right? So you're still in the learning zone. I definitely kind of see, I feel like you guys might be kind of like, I don't know if you're like not in your comfort zone right now, or if you're afraid to step out and try something new, in a sense. That could be going on here with the South Node, but there is still something for you to learn here so that you're then able to do your job of teaching others a little bit better. So this is cool, pile 3. It looks really positive. Let's see about some time frames. Time frames for pile 3. When is this breakthrough happening for pile 3? Fast. So this is coming in fast for you guys. Let's see. It makes sense with all the wands. We also have Capricorn season. So as I'm uploading this video, it's October. Capricorn season would be in a few months. We also have the weekend coming up here. So it seems like this change, as the energy stands today, is coming in quickly for you guys. So I'm curious to know what it is. Please, you guys, drop me a comment below and let me know how the reading resonates with your situation, because I always love hearing your feedback, especially with career. Career readings are like my favorite, and I just love to hear what's going on with everybody's careers out there, so let me know. And make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so that you are aware of when I'm uploading new content. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.